Hey there, Jackie from Interact, and I am here to show you how to make an online assessment. So when you log in to your Interact account, we're going to click on Create New Quiz, and I'm going to start this quiz from scratch. You can choose from the templates that are listed there. I'm going to go with a scored quiz. The difference between a scored quiz and an assessment style quiz is in an assessment style quiz, all of the answers to your questions will have a correct answer, and it will tell your quiz taker if they got the question right or wrong as they're taking the quiz. That's not the case for the assessment style or online assessment that I'm making here. So I'm going to go with the scored version so that I can really rank how much somebody knows about something, which a scored quiz is perfect for. So I'm going to click on that. And then over on my other screen, I have some content typed out on what I'm going to be calling this quiz, the results for it, and the questions that I'm going to be asking. So the first thing I want to do is right here in Untitled Quiz, I'm going to paste in my quiz title. And this online assessment is all about what is your level of inbound marketing expertise. My description that I'm going to give this quiz should tell people why they would want to take it or what they're going to get out of it. So I'm going to add this here, unlock your levels so you can build a plan to improve your skill set. To add an image to your quiz, you simply click here. You can upload your own image. I would just recommend resizing the image before you upload it. But once you're ready, click, or rather, you can upload it, or you can use our partnership with Unsplash and Giphy if you want to search our stock photos. So I'm just going to type in inbound marketing and see what comes up. And I like this one here. So I'm going to hit crop and save, and it will put the image right into my quiz cover. Now you can leave this button as is, take quiz, but I'm actually going to change this for my quiz to find out now. And so that I can keep this on brand, I have my hex codes over here. So I'm going to change this button color instead of blue to the gray that I use in my business. So far we have a title. Now let's move on to the questions. Okay, pause. How do I pause this? Hey there, I'm Jackie from Interact, and I am here to show you how to make an online assessment. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log in to your Interact account, which I'm accessing from our website, and then I'm going to click on Create New Quiz. Now for this quiz I'm making, I am going to start from scratch, but you can choose from one of the templates here. So I'm going to click start from scratch, and then I'm going to choose a scored quiz because this quiz that I'm making is going to rank somebody based on how much they know about a certain topic, in this case, inbound marketing. An assessment style quiz would be used if you have a correct answer for each of the questions people are answering in your quiz, because the assessment style quiz will tell them if they got the answer right or wrong as they're taking the quiz. So if there isn't a correct answer for each of your questions, then you should not use the assessment style quiz, because it would be a little awkward if they answered something that maybe was like an opinion or something that they were currently doing that wasn't necessarily a right or wrong answer, and then you told them that they got it wrong or something like that. So again, I'm going to go with the scored quiz, which will just rank how much somebody knows about this topic. And once this loads, I'm going to create my quiz cover. So over here on my other screen, I have everything typed out for this quiz. So I'm just going to copy and paste this into the builder. So my quiz title, what is your level of inbound marketing expertise? And then I also want to add in my quiz description right here. So unlock your levels so you can build a plan to improve your skill set. The next thing I want to do is give a cover image to my quiz. So if I just click on this right here, I can either upload an image that I already have. Maybe you have a brand photo that you want to use. I would just recommend resizing that to these dimensions. I can also search for images. So I'm going to search inbound marketing. And you can scroll through to see what you like. I'm going to go with this option here. Click crop and save, and that will put the photo right into your quiz cover. Now, this looks good, but you can take this a little step further. If you don't want this to take a quiz, maybe you want to give a different call to action. I'm going to say find out now. You can change out what the button says. You can also change up the colors on this page to match your brand as well. So I'm just going to go with, again, I'm grabbing a hex code on my other screen, and I'm going to click on button right here and then paste that into here so that it matches my brand color. You can do the same thing with the progress bar, which it will show along the top when someone's taking the quiz how far they are in your quiz. And you can also play around with the background. The options and selections relate to the question. So the option would be this like light gray color here surrounding the answers to each quiz question. And the selection would be when they're taking your quiz and click on an option, it would turn it to that color when they click on it. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is actually jump down to this results section over here on the left, and I'm going to start putting in the 3 results that I'm going to give somebody on this quiz. So what is your level of inbound marketing expertise? My first result is going to be the strong starter. If I could type. And like I said, I have over on my other screen typed out what I want to include in this results page. And here we go. So I've copied that and I'm going to put it right here in the description section. And then let's just format this a little bit. So under here, here's what this specifically looks like. I want to put a number structure to this so it's a little bit easier to read. So I just clicked on, let me just do that again. I highlighted what I wanted to put into that numbered list, clicked on these 3 dots here, and then chose this option to add these numbers. And then I'm also going to select up here this left align button just because it makes the numbers a little bit easier to read and follow here. The other thing that I want to do is link out to this HubSpot Inbound Marketing Fundamentals course in case this strong starter is ready to take this course. So I'm going to highlight the text that I want to hyperlink. I'm going to click this link icon up here. I'm going to paste in the link that they will go to when they click this. And as a secondary step, you also need to type out, or you can copy and paste the text that is going to be hyperlinked. So in this case, Inbound Marketing Fundamentals course. I would always recommend checking this box, open link in a new tab, because if they click this link and then want to come back to their quiz results page, they would have to retake the quiz to get here. So if you have this link open in a new tab, they have the course in one tab and they can just access the quiz back on the other tab that they came from. So I'm going to click save, and you can see that underlines, so it's giving the hyperlink. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this for the other 2 results that I am offering in this quiz. All right, so you can see that I've added my 3 results. We have the strong starter, the accelerating in growth, and refining your craft results. The one extra step you can do here is either hide this result image if you just want this text to appear, or again, just like you did on the cover photo, click here, and then you're able to upload your own photo or search for an image from our stock photos. And let's see, start. And I think I like maybe this one because it's a group of people, although I want them to be facing the other way. I'm being picky. So I can just close out of the other one and then hit crop and save if I like this photo. And then you can see it appears in my result image here. So now let's head over to the questions section and we'll start plugging in the questions and the answers that these people will take when they get this, when they click on to start this quiz. And same thing, I'm just going to copy and paste from my other screen the questions that I am asking people here. So on how many channels do you create content? And the answers I want them to select from are 0 to 1, and this would be for my starters. The next option would be 2 to 5, which are the people who are like midway in terms of their expertise, and then 6 plus, which are for my experts or my pros. Now, when I add in these answer options so that I can get someone to the right result in their quiz, I want to click here on set answer scores. And what I'm going to do is assign a certain number of points based on the answers that people are choosing. So if they are, and again, this is going to rank how much they know about inbound marketing. So if they're answering this one with 0 to 1, they're not going to get any points. If they are answering 2 to 5, I'm going to give them 1 point. And if they are answering 6 plus, I'm going to give them 2 points. So you can either type that in or you can use these buttons here to adjust your scores. You can offer negative scores if you want to weight something really heavily. And you can also give really high scores if you want to make sure that they're getting points for a specific answer that they're giving. So I'll click save, and I'm going to do this for the rest of the questions that I want to ask in my quiz. Okay, so you can now see my 5 quiz questions are in here. I've added the answers and I've set the answer scores to all of the options. 2 things that I want to call out before we move on is in this answer, or rather in this question, there are 4 there are 4 answers, whereas the other ones have 3 answers, and I have 3 results in my quiz. So you can have as many answers to a question as you would like. The reason that I have 4 here is because I want to weight this 11 plus answer a little bit more heavily, because it shows me that this person has more, is more knowledgeable or knows more about inbound marketing. So I wanted to call that out. I'm going to click save. And then the other thing is try to scramble up your answers so that it's not obvious the result that they're going to get, especially in this case of what's your level of inbound marketing expertise. So for example, in these first 2 questions, the lowest points, or like the starter, the lowest, the least experts, right, are choosing this first answer, whereas the experts in the field in inbound marketing are choosing this third answer. So I don't always want to give the 0 points up at the front and the 3 points at the bottom, or rather the 2 points at the bottom, because people might notice that as a pattern and just click on either the top or the bottom or maybe the middle without even reading your question and answering accurately. So in this third question, you can see the first answer is the expert in here, and then the third answer is that starter option. If you would like, I'll hit save again. If you would like, or if you already built out your questions, you can just drag this little icon on the left to move around where in the quiz the answers fall, or rather where in the question the answers will fall. Okay, so now what I want to do is set the range for each of the results. So once someone takes the quiz and they accumulate these points based on the answers they're choosing, we're sending them to the right result. So if I click on the results section over here, you can see that based on the total of number of points that this quiz offers, the system has already categorized these numbers of points into each of the 3 results, which is accurate for me and this quiz that I'm making. So the strong starter, I want them to get this result if they're scoring 0 points or 0 to 3 points within this quiz, accelerating growth if they're scoring 4 to 7 points, and then refining your craft if they are scoring 8 to 11 points. If you want to adjust what the system has set up, just click on this settings. I lied. Scroll down to the bottom of the result and click on result settings down here. And then you're able to adjust the number of points this way. Another sort of formatting option that you can play with is if you want to show them the number of points that they got in the quiz or not. So if you don't want the number of points to appear, you can just hit no, don't display this. Or I do, in this case, want to show how many points they're getting. So I'm going to leave this as yes. You can also change the you scored a, however many points they scored, text into something else if you wanted to. So I'm going to just click save. And what I mean here is right here at the top, you scored a 0 or a 1 or 2 or 3 if you're landing on this result. But if you didn't want this to show, you would just turn that off. So now that my quiz is built, I want to set up or turn on lead generation. So this is connecting the quiz to my email marketing platform. So again, over here on the left, lead generation, I'm going to toggle this on, and then I'm able to customize this opt-in form. So after someone has answered your quiz questions, they're going to see this opt-in form, which you can make optional or required. And then once they complete this or skip this step, if you're making it optional, then they'll see the result pages that we just made. So I'm just going to format this a little bit. You can just click in and change the text here. You can also choose what fields appear or what information you're trying to collect from people. So I want to collect first name and email. We do recommend only collecting the minimum amount of information here. The more that you ask for, the less likely people will be to subscribe. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this form in here with what I want this to say. I really want to make this compelling so that people will want to subscribe to my quiz. Okay, so I've added my copy in here, and I just want to show you a couple of other options that you have on customizing this opt-in form. So just like on the quiz cover, how you're able to change the text in the button, you can do that here. I just clicked into it and I'm going to say subscribe plus see my results. And then same thing for this button, the optional choice, skip this and see my result, I will say. All right, and then to change the color of this button, you're just going to click on color, button color, and I'm just going to drag this. There isn't a hex code option here, so I'm just going to drag this over to the gray option that matches my brand. So we'll use that, hit save. And then if you do want to make the form required or change up if it's required or optional, you would just uncheck this box, and then you can see that second button goes away, or I can leave it there. And there it is. I also want to display a link to my privacy policy. So if I just grab that link, I can put it right in here. And then this will open the privacy policy. Or if you'd like, you can enable GDPR, which is actually what I'm going to do for this quiz. And I'm going to say, I consent to Interact's terms of use and privacy policy. Perfect. So someone has to check this box in order to subscribe. And I'm just going to highlight terms of use here, click the link, and then paste in my terms of use link. There we go. So now I can go ahead and click save and continue since the opt-in form is ready to go. And I'm going to be integrating this quiz with HubSpot. That's our email marketing platform. But what you would do at this step is just choose your email platform from this list. If you don't see it on this list, you can integrate via Zapier. And we will include instructions on how to integrate your quiz. We have lots of support on that. If you get stuck or need any help. So I'm just going to show you what this looks like with HubSpot. I'm going to click here. Now, because I already have my Interact account integrated with HubSpot, I didn't have to put in an API key or log into HubSpot, but that would be the next step if you're just connecting this with your email marketing system for the first time. Simply logging into that account or grabbing the API code from the settings of that account and then pasting it in here. A pop-up would appear and tell you exactly what you need to do. So now I need to tell the system what to do when somebody lands on each of these results. So I'm going to go ahead and click on add action, and I'm going to, in my case, update a contact property in HubSpot. So I just want to record when somebody subscribes the result that they got so that I know that. Maybe I want to send different emails to those people. Maybe I want to invite one group of those people to unsubscribe, right? So what I'm going to do is click this drop down, and I have a property field in HubSpot that I created already called quiz results. So I'm just going to select that. And what this is saying is when somebody subscribes and they get Strong Starter as the result, this quiz result property field in my HubSpot account will update with Strong Starter. So I'm going to go ahead and click save and then apply that to all of the results and hit confirm. Now, just so you can see, if they get the accelerating in growth result, because I didn't change the text from the result name. Let me just go in here. Over here on this side, I just simply wanted the title, the quiz result title, to appear in the quiz result property field. When you apply it to all results, you can see that the property will fill with the actual result name that they got. So refining your craft also says refining your craft. So now we can hit save and continue. And if you wanted to record the way anybody is answering a specific question, you could do the same thing, simply clicking add action. And then you could update a contact property field. You could add them to a specific workflow or put them into a specific contact list. Now, again, depending on the email marketing system that you're using, these options here may be a little bit different, but essentially you're just telling Interact where to send this lead's information to and what to record about that lead when they do subscribe. So in my case, I don't need to map any of the answer fields. I don't need to record that. I'm just going to click save and continue. Now, what I'm going to want to do is update this mapping. So the email address from Interact, so from this opt-in form, when they put their first name and their email, right, is going to go to the email field in HubSpot and the first name field in HubSpot so I can use them accurately. If you wanted to record the quiz score value, so the number of points somebody got on their quiz, you could choose that, which property you wanted updated from this. But in my case, because I know the result and the ranges of points that relate to each result, I don't need to know the specific score value that they got or the number of points that they have accumulated in your quiz. So I'll click save and continue. You're able to test the integration if you would like. And when you're ready, hit publish and then publish changes, or it should say publish quiz if this is the first time you're doing that. And then you're able to share the link to your quiz, embed it onto a website, create announcement bars or pop-ups for this quiz as well. And we will also link how to embed the quiz depending on the different website platform that you might have. I would recommend the JavaScript option just because this will automatically resize your quiz based on the device your quiz taker is using. So if they're on mobile, the quiz will adjust to fit on a mobile screen. And if they're on desktop, it will adjust to fit on a desktop screen. If you are using WordPress, you will need to download our WordPress plugin. And so you can just follow these steps 1, 2, 3 right here to embed the assessment onto your website. And that, my friends, is how you create an online assessment.